episode 150 and I'm BU Squalor, and I was going through my practice squad re-signs, and I saw this. I hear Parker Bigham's going to the Super Bowl, former Packer center. He got the -5 and actually had a little bit of a career, even though he had the -5. He would have been a starter already if he wasn't for that. Not doing that anymore, but no. Just thought I'd tell you that as I work my way through my off-season to-do list. Time to discuss our draft picks on that disappointing Eagles loss. What went wrong? Couldn't stop the run, which was amazing. I did not expect that at all. Couldn't run the ball. That's amazing. Didn't expect that at all. Played a team that only had one boosted player, and at that it was an 8-point boost. So, phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't. The Eagles weren't greatly superior to us, and thought this defense would hold up better than it did. Thought the offensive line really played terribly. It was surprising. And Boley, I'm questioning. He is our future quarterback. If we want to go and move on to something else, a non-scrambling style, I guess. But just year 2 was not as good as year 1. It's not terrible, but and does that really have to do with him or the receiver core? I don't know, but all right. So what I did was I have them listed by round. So we're just gonna stick with the first round players. Our 2017 is gone. That was Ramel Foreman. 2018 player. He is now 28 years old, 95 overall. Neil Stallings. And 98 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 3 interceptions, 9 pass defense, 1 forced fumbles on 1,221 snaps. A minus. And we don't include the playoff games. The only thing is he's not a good coverage linebacker. He is the 3rd-ranked middle linebacker in the league. So our first-round pick in 2019, like I said, we're just going to go down the list here. Mixon, 51 tackles, 11 tackles for a loss, 1.5 sacks on 965 snaps. 8th in tackles, 2nd in tackles for a loss, 4th in sacks. Not his best year. He's 30 years old. Interesting. I think the timer went up on their age. 30 years old now. I give him a C+. Definitely feeling the effects of regression. Just to talk about him, because he was the first-round pick in 2016. He's 30 years old too. And that could be my problem. A young man sport, and I got 3 old men. 35, yeah, so I don't think regression kicked in yet, but their age is different. It's thinking about it. Wow. Okay. All right, so that was our 2019, and then our 2020 first round pick. Didn't have one. 21 first round pick. Asher Favors, he's not on the team anymore. Both tight ends are not on the team anymore. That leaves us with our 22 pick, and that is 2 of them. Ron Brazell, who missed the majority of the season with an injury, can be available in the Super Bowl, but we didn't make it back. He 33 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception, 8 pass defenses on 563 snaps. I didn't really give him that great of a. Wasn't playing great. I gave him a C. Vincent was our second first round pick of 2022. And let me just say 2,248 yards, 22 touchdowns, another 172 through the air with one more touchdown. Not much of a receiving back. 71 broken tackles, 5.3 yards carry, MVP of the league. I gave him an A triple plus, but not in that playoff game. He got an F in that playoff game. It was just not good. It wasn't his fault. Owen Bowley, we in 2023, we did not have a first round pick. 24. Anton Bowley, he had a sophomore slump. 3,296 yards, 21 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 63%, 19 sacks, 2 fumbles, another 283 yards on the ground. I gave him a C plus. I felt like he was rookie of the year and highest quarterback rating for his rookie year. So he definitely had a sophomore slump and could be the wide receivers too. Just not being as good, but C plus. Kenton Pettis was our 15 first round pick. We have 2 of them. He got pressed into action. 57 tackles, 1 sack, 5 interceptions, 8 pass defenses, 1 forced fumble, 1 TD, 4th in tackles, 1st in interceptions. He played great. Got an A minus. So I think the 2 corners, once they get going together, are going to be fine. Other first round pick was Glenn Subov, center. He's a left guard. And he didn't play. First round pick didn't play. That's bad on me. I gave him an incomplete, but not great. So that's our first round picks that we have. Second rounders. Not going to get into who got cut, but who's remaining. Just did that with the first rounders. 2023 second round pick, Adrian Best. Backup. He only played 26 snaps. But he didn't really even get on the field that much. Pretty amazing, which means that Mixon and Kenny Clark were on the field, I think. Got an incomplete. Our left guard was a second round pick. Give him A plus. Give up any sacks based on Madden. And he allowed us to run the ball like crazy in the year, but then not so much in that playoff game. The trailer was a second round pick. Took over for the departed Asher Favors and 595 yards, 5 touchdowns, 50 catches. Second. Tied first for touchdowns. Our leading receivers scored 5 touchdowns. So there. We need Marcus Barkley, backup safety. He only played 220 snaps, so I gave him incomplete. Saxon Gunn, another second rounder, and he backed up Corey Linsley, and I thought about benching Corey Linsley for him, but I didn't do it. And incomplete because he only played 115 snaps. Third round picks, Josiah Stubblefield, A plus, gave up 1 sack, ran the ball like crazy. Chip Sankey, third round pick, in 2020. B plus, him, 3.8 yards carry. Ray Fennell gave him a C. His third round pick from 2020 as well. And coverage skills are not great. Corey Whiteside was a defensive tackle, third round pick. And he not get on the field enough. Defensive tackle Corey Whiteside, you can see him right there. Marvin Ali Became the starter. We'll talk about that. 24 tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, 3 pass defense, 1 forced fumble, 725 snaps, third in tackles for a loss, second in sacks. Means that Reed was our best second number. Ugh. C plus for him. That third round pick that was on the practice squad. Marcus Mayberry, a safety. The fullback was a fourth round pick from 2023. Basically, they're by a year, so I don't have any fourth round picks for 22 or under team unless they're on the practice squad. No, not on the practice squad, so that's true. Fourth round, not so great. Anyways, he didn't run the ball at all. I give him A because he's the lead blocker, except for in that playoff game. Gordon Noonley came back after being cut and backed up. Marvin Ali didn't play enough, only had 40 snaps. Practice squad for Ricks, the running back, Tennessee, the safety, the fourth round. Nick Lloyd, the backup back, in was a fourth rounder. C plus running the ball. Even Mooney, a running back that we drafted. We have a lot of running backs. We have 4 of them on our practice squad. They're not going to make the team next year. A lot of them won't. Left in, Jimmy Anderson. I don't even know if we can see him. Oh, yeah. We played 34 snaps. Anything. Squad player, running back. Like Hightower was one of the running backs I actually made. 53. But never even got on the field to play anything. So that's the job for you right there. 0 snaps and 0 stats. On the 53 means you get paid really well for just practicing. If you're not, obviously want to be bench Trent, but can't be. Might as well go that route. In here, he was a backup tight end that got a practice squad. Backup safety, and Alvin dropped to third backup safety and backup free safety. Both incompletes. They've been passed up. Aaron Whiteside is the 6th round deal in the draft 2022, and he did not play well in comparison to last year. He was an A- last year. Was first in the team in all categories last year. This year, third in yards and tied first in touchdowns with 5. C plus. He just didn't play as well. Another fullback, Lee Street. He didn't play enough. Greg Hoyt, the cornerback. Down the list, you can see him on the screen. Scott Weary, the punter. First in the NFL, first in net, first in long, second in inside the 20s. And the chain kicks aren't his fault. That's a Madden glitch. Style was a cornerback that got a C. Oh yeah, Style. He played a little bit out on the field. 5 snaps. And at right end, Dante Driver. Play enough. He had 41 snaps. Seems like a defensive line subbing doesn't work very well because they played a lot of snaps. Like none of the backups got on the field at all. Surprising since they were, getting gashed. The rest of them are all not resigned. We lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draft picks during the season, or just cut them, basically. At selection. 2 left from 18, 19, 2 left from 20. Nothing from 21, nothing from 17. 22 has 3 left, or has 7 left, and then let's see, has 7 left. 24 and 25. I mean, they have all the players. None of them have been cut yet, but we've spent time on the practice squad. That is our draft picks. What we did for that. Oh boy. So let me just think for a second. We signed some players through the year, in the beginning of the year, fill holes, and in the off season. And I'm giving give grades to the ones that made an impact. AJ Fine brought in to be the second corner from the Chicago Bears, and he didn't play great. 24 tackles, 9 pass defenses, no interceptions on half the 626 snaps. Yeah, regression just, he's still fast, but not great. We brought in Brandon Allen to be the backup quarterback. Thankfully, he never had to play. He had 75 snaps. He was 1 for 2. Kicker, Austin Buttier, and field goals, and he wasn't great at it. 84%, 55 long, 1 block, 2 mixed extra points. Middle linebacker brought in backup Neil Stallings. 302 snaps, 7 tackles. And the rest of the players that we brought in either practice squad or didn't get on the field enough to have a grade. We signed 3 players: Vince Trent, Ron Brezel, and Darren Whiteside. We already discussed those in the playoffs. Draft tracker. And the rest are practice squad players. They're not resigning Amari Cooper, 31 years old. Wanted 3 years, 27.2 million. I don't have any salary cap anyways, but first in yards at 828 yards, 3 touchdowns, which is third in 3 touchdowns. Give him a B minus. He had a good time, won some Super Bowl rings. I mean, here for the whole thing. If we look at legacy, wide receivers. Just for my wide receivers. Okay. Yeah, we can see 4 Super Bowls, 5 championships, lost another championship, but pretty good. It does put him in just under Shaheem Favors, who is with San Diego Chargers. They're not catching any of these guys anytime soon. Odell Beckham Jr. has 2 Super Bowls. Oh no, that was championships. No Super Bowl. Allen Robinson. Third. There's Anton Flynn. Coates. Interesting. Anyways. And then our starting strong safety, who just doesn't make enough plays. Rotated a lot. Is still here, but Jaleel McCowan is going to not be re-signed. Good tackler. Traded for him in 2021. Second in tackles on the team with 76. Yeah, is what it is. And then cornerback Marcus Lacey is not being re-signed. Not man cover corner. So safety, zone is better skill. As you see, he's kind of pigeonholed in the wrong position, but we needed a corner. So I get signed. Those three. Oregon Spitz. Oh, Catterley started. Ellis got hurt. Um, 47 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, rushing, 2 pass defenses, 2 forced fumbles. I don't think any of our linebackers are good in coverage. Oops. That's that. That's where we're gonna end it. And let's do my roster. Let's go to the Pro Bowl. Let's be back in a second to see who wins the Super Bowl. Section out by talking about retirement, and we can see that Corey Linsley retired, DeAndre Hopkins, Matthew Stafford, Horvath, Ron Gronkowski finally retires, Muhammad Wilkerson, Trey Boston. Look, now we got some. That's kind of an early retirement, I would assume. 17 players. Jake Matthews, Allen Robinson, Tyron Smith, Keenan Allen, Honey Badger, Rex Ryan, and Jim Codwell. He retired in week 18. Not too many retirements. Corey Linsley one is good because that means that I have to deal with that salary next year. Player regression. We're only going to look at the 4 teams in our division. Amari Cooper's not going to come back with the team. Neil Ellis. Oof. That's okay. He's still 86 speed. Cullen is not coming back. Griffin Simon's not coming back. This one, 85 speed. He's been bumped up a couple of times already for speed. I'm sure. Pretty old now. AJ Fine. As expected, 90 speed. Better zone than man. Kind of in the wrong position too. Aaron Allen's not coming back. I'm surprised. I thought Aaron Donald was going to retire. But he's not. I mean, he is the 4th ranked right end. 85 strength. Putting strength into him. Hard to do because it's just not. I don't know. Santiago Triplet. So did his speed go down? Yep. Speed went down again. Clark. Ranks went down. On Mixon. It's just painful. Cool to see this team just get old. Is he at 94 speed now? Casualty possibility too. Lions. Let's see how the Lions. Let's see. For the high end players. Robinson. Too much for the Lions. On Treadwell. I'm Brett Hundley. Anthony Barr. Teddy Bridgewater. They have more. And the Bears. Danny Shelton. Mike Jarrett. Oh, wow. I guess he's 29. 99 overall. He's okay. He's doing all right. All right. Okay. That's regression, and we can look at. This is the final list of players that I'm not resigning. Cooper, Jalen, Gordon Nunley's getting released and came back, and now he's being released again. Simon, Marcus, kicker. We're gonna need a kicker. It's the only one that wasn't on the list earlier. It's not coming back. The die. We have no cap room. No. I don't think it's going to be a very fun off season for us when Dan Morgan came back, because that really Madden requirements to have a trainer that helps with your regression, and why would you hire anyone else except for the best? No salary cap. Oh wow. 92 outside linebacker, rush linebacker that can't look at it, but I'm sure he got buffs because he's got 95s. Speed wide receiver, superstar, broken toe. I haven't seen a broken toe before. That's a pretty sweet over safety Sammy Watkins, but he's gonna be old and slow. Thomas Wooten, he's kind of getting up there too. Owen's on the market. Ari Cooper has some bids. Blake Bortles. That it for Blake Bortles. Andrew Luck. Hunter Katzenzingo. Anna Lambo. Alan McCullen. Some offers from lowball offers. Who's a kicker? Who has 96 kick power? Wow. I would have thought he would not have. Diggs. Way up there. Walsh. Blair Walsh. Cody Parkey. Giovanna Day Clowney. 59 strength. Marcus Peters. 78. Put 10 speed into him to worthwhile. And the sim mode stuff. Give shown. Oh wow. He's 7 years old. They just keep all their kickers. They don't retire or whatever. Get rid of all the other players. Yeah, I'll just look at our salary cap situation and figure out what I want to do. All right, guys, we'll discuss SAP calorie SAP salary cap in the next episode. Possible cuts or trades if I want to wait that long. I do have some issues that we need to address pretty quickly on this. Yeah, we'll have to take a look, but discuss that next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.